I sold real estate in Brooklyn for like 5 years. I went off the road. I'm like, I'm gonna try something new, so I don't have to go on the road. I'm gonna do my comedy at night. I'm gonna, sell real estate, which it sounds good. It sounds good. The thing is, with real estate, if you don't know anybody with property, it doesn't really work out too well. So you get the leftover stuff. So I got the stuff that nobody else could sell. So I had this one apartment that was all tilted like the end of the Titanic. You had to wait. You had to wait for a guy with one leg shorter than the other to walk in and be like, "This is great. It's perfect." No, I want this. So I had an open house, and that's when you're the guy in there and you show people stuff. And nobody came to this open house, because this place you couldn't even look good online with the fisheye lens or whatever. So I'm in there. I'm in there for 2 hours. I just want to get out there. It's a beautiful day. I just want to get outside. Finally, I'm about to leave. The buzzer goes off, right? So I buzz in this couple. The lady comes in first, and I'm all professional. I got my little tie and stuff. I'm like, "Hey, I'm Benny. Could you sign in on the sheet?" She's like, "Hey, my name's..." I couldn't really understand. She had a really tiny voice. And I go to the guy. I'm like, "Hey, I'm Benny. Could you sign in on the sheet?" And he looks at me. He's like, "Hey, my name's Mike." And, that's kind of stuff I think is really funny. When somebody has a messed up stutter. It's wrong. You're not supposed to laugh at it, but it's hilarious. And the guy kept asking me questions, and the stutter kept getting worse and worse. He's like, "What's the maintenance?" And I couldn't even look at him. Like, it's on the sheet. I think it's 7 something, He's like, "When was this place renovated?" I'm like, recently. And it got to the point where I just started finishing his sentences because I didn't want to laugh at him. He's like, "Would it be okay if I use the b?" I'm like, "The bathroom, go right ahead." So he's in the bathroom. And he's taking a really long time in there. It's like 25 minutes or whatever. And I'm like, this guy's blowing it up in there. And all these sounds coming out like, "Munda," and it's just really awkward. So I'm sitting there with the lady and we're looking at each other. Finally, I ask her, I'm like, "Is everything okay?" And she's like, "You look really familiar." I'm like, maybe you came to another open house or something. She's like, no, this is the first property we have viewed. I'm like, "Okay." She goes, "Are you in the teaching profession? Because your voice sounds really familiar." I'm like, no. And I go, "I do comedy." And she's like, "That's where I know you from. You made fun of my husband." The guy comes out of the bathroom. She's like, "That's that man that made fun of you on that night." He looks at me. He's like, "Mother..." And now I remember the guy, right? And it was a comedy club in the city, late at night. And the crowd was drunk, and there was people heckling. So I'm shutting down this table. I just want to do my stuff. I finally get everybody quiet. And I start hearing this noise in the back. I'm like, "Who's making noise now?" And I hear this voice go, "Me." So I don't realize this guy has a problem. I think he's messing with me. So I'm like, "Me." So I do like a half hour on this guy. And I'm saying horrible shit. Like he's driving the little yellow bus like, "Ma, ma, ma." He's blowing somebody with stuff like, "Ma, ma, ma." And this guy's getting pissed. He was like, "Oh, cut you." And the whole place is chanting, "Mama Mike, Mama Mike, Mama Mike." So this is the guy that I've traumatized. So now I'm stuck in the apartment with him. And he's lecturing me. He's like, "You shouldn't make fun of people with the disabilities." I'm like, "Dude, you shouldn't come to a comedy club at midnight and heckle with a messed up stutter. That's not a good strategy. We're professionals equipped to deal with the situation, and we will address it." Finally, they left. But because it was me, I couldn't resist. I waited till they got outside. Then I pushed the buzzer. I was like, "Bye." And I locked myself in for an extra half hour. This side of the room is very tender on that joke. Very tender.